By the same time it came from the past through month, it was not like the whole world was gonna be the process. So let me tell y'all something about a little more important and quite up before. Tell you something more important. Quick. So by the way, we're basically about to talk about something that breaks her soul. For real. Alright, so basically what about it is that most people don't know anything about that person I talked to, Janet Jackson, right? See that? See, look, Janet Jackson, the pop icon I've been talking to, she was like the whole regular version to what it is now. And I was just not kind of thinking about it because it was like the whole non-Paris and stuff. But it got to like a whole lit thing about what it is. By the way, this not seem kind of controlling, but let me tell you something about Janet Jackson. The thing I talk about, I posted I posted a video about a whole documentary of Janet Jackson, right? It was like now the whole mixing of words together. Let me tell you some quick facts. Alright, so quick facts before I move to the whole documentary. That's Janet Demeter Joe Jackson, May 16, 1966. First album, Janet Jackson. What about a second album? Dream Street. Third album, I think it's Control. Yeah, it's probably like Control. It's probably Control. Fourth album, Rhythm Nation. Fifth, what's the fifth? Ooh, I would likely to go with her first name, Janet. And a lot of albums, you know? She started her career since 1982 or something like that. Her first album was her name, first name, and her middle name. It was not like her last name, right? Even if it was, that was like getting to the whole personating. But like it's everywhere between it, whether it is. I know quick facts. Now it's time to move the whole documentary of Janet Jackson. So, first thing is about myself. So yeah, I've been going through a lot of stories, and I had to tell y'all something real quick. How do y'all know about Janet Jackson? Something about Janet Jackson. Let me explain it to y'all. Right? Let me explain it to y'all. I think there is something about who I am. So let's talk about let's start from the beginning. Here's what we had to talk about. Let's start from the beginning. April 30th. I made my first song, Moonlight. You can find it on BandLab. I didn't add it on YouTube because that song is kind of, the beat is the better one, but I think the beat is better, but not the not the vocals, because the vocals are missed out in place, and I promise you I'll fix it. I had to fix all the vocals, but unfortunately I can't, because you know. So April, and then at the start of May, I've been going through a lot of songs that I never heard before. Yeah, I've been knowing her since 2024. That's what I said in that song Life of Janet Jackson. But here's one thing coming. People don't even listen to that song too much. And they thought it was fire. Okay. But what about that song Rip Michael Jackson? Remember Rip Michael Jackson and everything like that? Yeah, y'all know Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson is a popular singer, right? Which I don't really get to clear off some, because, you know, we kind of get into it sometimes, you know what I'm saying? It's like people don't really have the most thing about Janet Jackson and them exploring them. And I was like, man, I really need some love. That's some respect. Have some respect. So I went on Google and then I typed Janet, and now look, Janet Jackson came out, and she was mad. She was mad old. I haven't known her since. Now I do. She was 57, 58, now 59. About to be in her 60s real soon. And when she's in her 60s, I'm ready to perform. Whole. But anyway, some type of people don't really know too much about Janet Jackson, right? That's the first start of May. I've been going through a lot of shorts. And then I listened to one of her songs and TikTok and everything. Somebody to call my lover, you know what I'm saying? And you know, it's like a lot of songs. It's like it's not too much around here going on. It's like, you know, people be really caught up in that song. I mean, not me. It's just May 2 and May 1st. Historical. Alright, here's that thing coming. May 1st, April, and March. May. Alright, so May 3rd, I did go through May 3rd and then started to thinking about her. You know? I used to think about her. You know, it's just long stories a long time ago. May 4th, I've been. And then I listened to one of her songs. Known little about her. Yeah, I kind of know her appearance, but I don't know her songs, though. I mean, her songs, I did look through the songs and stuff like that. It was not like I went to the whole stalking situation, you know? You know stalking isn't good. I'll tell you this. What do you think about what's going on about the songs? Let me know, drop my comments below. Okay. Alright, moving to next one, May 5th. May 5th, my first ever album, Bloodborne. You can listen to Bloodborne, YouTube Music, Spotify. I'm gonna add it to there. SoundCloud. All whole lot of that. You can listen it to SoundCloud. You can listen it to anywhere. You can listen it to SoundCloud, BandLab, Spotify, YouTube Music, more platforms. Not too much though, because I'm not really on to Spotify. I'm pretty sure I'll add one of my songs into Spotify for a whole second. But yeah, my first ever album. My first and my only album, Bloodborne. Greetings, Bloodborne with the most 15 tracks ever. Alright. On the next course, we got May 8th. Oh, let me tell you about this. May 6th, right? I went to my father's house and then I started watching Janet Jackson and everything. Not weird. Kind. Don't tell the story about it. May 7th, I made songs at my father's house, right? I made songs at my father's house. One thing I did make with Michael Jackson, a letter to Janet Jackson. Y'all listened to it. Y'all made it the most popular song I ever blew up. It was my time to blow up on stage and become the rapper. Look, I'm not a real artist. Sometimes I don't live as an artist, you know. I mean, I do live as an artist, but kind of, by the way. Alright, May 8th. We got May 8th. I made that song Gangsta. And I talked about Michael Jackson and Janet Jackson in that song. But it was about with Michael Jackson that I just made recently. I'll tell you about this. Made that song. It was copied and pasted. You can listen on to YouTube Music, SoundCloud, link in the description. Alright, we got May 9. We still on May 8, but we go through there. I made the song Narcissist. Now, the reason why I made that song Narcissist is because I cannot be living as a narcissist. You know, narcissism is everywhere, and narcissists be tripping. You know, my mom made that song Narcissist. I made the song Narcissist. Let's make it similar. You can listen to SoundCloud. We just got the same song, but not the same beat though. I have different beats. She has different beats. Alright, let's start from May 9th. You know May 9th, right? So May 9th. It's about a contrast to something else. I kind of really think it's something. And a whole second ago, that was about between a minute. That was about something else. I made that song Gangsta Part 2. So I sampled my only song Narcissist because, you know, I sampled the song Narcissist. I sampled my own music, Narcissist. I sampled my own music. It's not like I took the whole copy and paste beat and I just did that. It was like hard to make. It's like I turned the gain up and all that stuff, and then, you know, and when you made that to the bridge, you know, you cannot hear me because, you know, it's kind of, the music's loud, my vocals low and all that. May 10. I watched her videos and I also made the songs about her. Reach, Let Me Now, and Man of the Year. Listening on YouTube, SoundCloud. Link in the description right now. Let's see what we got here. May 11th. I watched one of her interviews. Not only that, I did watch her interviews in May 7th. Kind of. Alright, and what I talk about is that not only do I make those songs, but I also made those songs for a good reason, right? So it was about me being a hard-headed junk. It's like, I'm not really that too much hard-headed, but super cool, you know? It was about that time when you start fighting people and everything. Narcissist, Gangsta Part 2, Let Me Now, Reach, and Man of the Year. Listening to music. Alright, I don't want this recording to be too long, that's why I'm speaking. May 12th. Ooh, May 12th. We got May 12th. I wonder why I be thinking of May 12th. Yeah, I listened to one of her songs. I did made Let Me Nows and all that stuff. I made Gangsta Part 2. I did everything just to get my hands to the song. Cause that song got me into a whole thinking. You know? You know, it's kind of crazy when you trick. Not only do you really love too much, it's not staring at one eye and stuff. You go, what about that time? You see though? That's Samson. That's not Samson, but that is Samson. Okay, so here we telling about Janet Jackson, right? She's a singer, and that's my favorite singer in the world. Let me tell you this, I've been making songs. I know y'all want more songs because I'm not making songs right now. I gotta live through my family life. I gotta move to my business. I gotta move through everything. I gotta take extended breaks. Just like what Janet Jackson do to her life. You know, her career started her own path. It's like performances is everything. I I just love one of her performances. Let me tell you this: the Super Bowl got wrong. Remember the breast thing when it popped out? Yeah, that's the cover. And CBS was actually fined a lot of dollars. You know that, right? Okay. So now we got May 16. I skipped 15. We still got left 13, right? May 13. I did go through. I did make that song. I remastered and remixed that song "Let Me Now" because that old "Let Me Now," that old song "Let Me Now" basically just got deleted, and it was a band project. You know, the band I was talking about in the comments was X World. I deleted X World because I don't want X World. It's the whole thing coming process. May 16th is her birthday. I performed it. Sound good, don't it? You know, I've been loving Janet Jackson. You know, it's not like I'm hater or anything. It's like not just Michael Jackson, not just Janet Jackson. You know, a lot of people are my fans for real, and a lot of people have been going through my whole career. You know what I'm saying? I got my career since April. So here's the story before I end this video. I've been a producer since February, and when I became a producer, I've been making the remixing all that tracks. I've been learning. I didn't even know BandLab at first, but let me tell you something. I've been knowing BandLab, and then that's a whole track to another track to a came track. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're not understanding really well, but certainly, that was about that time when you start you know, mixing up something. It was like when you on BandLab, it's like it's a music making video when you start doing all that stuff. Let's not talk about it longer because my video is about to end soon. All right, so here we go. February, March, April. I've been going through those careers when I started making music. Now, April 30th, I became a rapper. First rapper on Love. Here we are. And then we done peace out. Like it, subscribe. Hit the